Hi, my name is Jill McCarthy, and this is the Self-Care, Self-Love, Self-Confidence Summit of 2023 with Julz Vitality of the Positive Impact TV as our host. I don't know if you listened the other day, but on September 27th, she led a live panel of speakers in this event. And now it's my turn for my individual talk. Think about those two words, my turn. The title of my talk is You Have to Put You First. Take a little look back over your life. Have you had a turn all along the way? Or do you tend to defer your turn and let everyone else go first? And sometimes you forget to even take a turn, on purpose or not. The result is still the same. If you listen to our speakers panel or listen to their individual talks of these other dynamic speakers in this event, you heard a lot of them telling you what to do to put yourself first, and they told you about various types of health care. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper. My first bullet point is why we put others first. Well, to me, one of the obvious reasons is that this is a pattern women were taught through many generations. Women were instructed to let the men in the family to take the biggest piece of meat first. And after that, if there was anything else left, then the women could have some. Perhaps some of you are thinking this came about because the men faced the danger and the weather to go out and harvest the meat. But could you imagine if you were the only little girl in the family and the wonder on her face when the nearly empty platter came her way? Well, now I'll tell you another story. I was reading a Facebook article the other day, and it was about certain cultures that don't allow you to be an individual, that everything in that culture was about the community or doing things as a group. Was the only thing that was allowed. Communities can be great things, and so can working in a group. But who does that leave at the end of the line? The women? The children? The quieter ones? The disabled? Think about it. In both of these settings, how could you put yourself first? But I want to hit it even deeper. And in our culture, there are such things as attachment wounds. They can happen at birth or in the early years of life. The children's emotions do not get mirrored, and their self part does not grow, or it grows in a maladaptive way. These people become people pleasers, or the perfectionists in the world. They pride themselves on giving to everyone else first. Eventually, that unattended little self part gets sick, depressed, or bitter. If they are one of the fortunate ones, they might find themselves in a therapist's office. Back to my title for a minute. Only this time, focus on the first couple of words. You have to put yourself first. Years ago, Darwin said that the survival of the fittest. Those who put themselves first lived, and those that didn't always survive. You might say that sounds harsh. That doesn't sound like our world now. Well, why don't you take a minute and go on YouTube and type in the word blank face baby experiment. I want you to watch a couple of these clips, and you'll quickly see the horrible effects if a baby's feelings are not mirrored back to them. These are only short clips. But it doesn't take long for the baby to either get angry or, worse yet, give up. Remember when I said it was the lucky ones that ended up in the therapist's office? To have a self, you need another human being to mirror back your emotions, your reactions, and to engage with them. That is a place where value is formed. It can be nurtured in a deep mentoring setting. But think, how much face time does a baby need? That could be a fun challenge with somebody young. But what if you have an adult who has that deep inner need for connection to find their selves? It can happen, but it's an intense process. But when you find out that you really have a self, that your self is worthwhile with its own skills and talents, now that's when self-confidence authentically comes through.